Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be covering a brand new company to the channel. The name is Dimitra Incorporated, and this company is really focused on helping farmers around the world access cutting edge technology. Now before we get into it, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you've heard of Dimitra before, what you think about their business model, and how you think this token or investment opportunity stacks up to some of the others we've talked about on the channel. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be switching it up a little bit. We're getting away from traditional equities and stocks, and we're actually going to be introducing a couple of new tokens to the channel. So the one we're talking about today is Dimitra. Now this company, Dimitra Incorporated, really offers a number of agricultural technology solutions to help farmers, particularly small plot farmers around the world, help maximize yield and really make the most of their farming operations. So they've actually got a platform that enables farmers to go on and interact with the technology in a variety of different ways that we're going to talk about in today's presentation. And they have a token which trades on the Ethereum blockchain that really drives the ever-expanding Dimitra ecosystem. And we're going to talk about that token as well in today's presentation. And that's actually the investment opportunity with Dimitra. Now, before we get into all that, I wanted to jump over to the company website, Dimitra.io, and you're going to start to see a lot more of these IO or .io domains. These really focus on tech or startup related companies, a lot of times in the NFT, blockchain, crypto type of space. But we're going to jump over to the company website. You can see their landing page here talking about data-driven farming. So the app or the platform actually has three unique components: my farm, my crops, and my livestock, which we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail, each one of these. And as you can see, the goal here is really to increase yield, reduce costs, and mitigate risk for a lot of these farmers around the world. So Dimitra Incorporated is an international company with a mission to deliver ag tech or agricultural technology solutions globally to farmers. Smallholder farmers, so small plot farmers in many areas of the world, struggle to make ends meet. However, these farmers can actually play a huge role in solving the world's food shortage problems, improving food safety, and addressing food security issues. Putting simple, beautiful, and effective technology in their hands is the core goal at Dimitra. We want to help them improve their productivity with the power of information. Now, Dimitra is already being used in a number of countries around the world. We're going to talk about that in a second here, but their goal is actually to grow their platform to 100 million smallholder farmers in the next 4 years. So very aggressive expansion or growth plans for this company. In 2022, they've set out two objectives. One is to advance ag tech innovation within their company, and secondly is to provide operational grants to developing countries around the world to enable participation in the Dimitra ecosystem. So not only is this company on the cutting edge in terms of innovation and technology, but they're actually trying to solve a real world problem that has real meaningful impact to these farmers across the planet. Now, before we get into the details of the platform and the app itself, I wanted to do a quick overview of what this company is all about. So Dimitra is an ESG or environmental social governance focused agricultural technology company, strategically delivering blockchain, mobile, machine learning, AI, so artificial intelligence, IoT, Internet of Things devices, satellites, drones, sensors, genomics, and advanced farming research. So again, you can see they're really on the cutting edge of technology in the farming or agricultural space. Dimitra is the operating system for ag tech, and the Dimitra utility token, which we talked about, really drives this ecosystem. We have contracts to deliver our platform to 18 million users with governments, NGOs, and farming associations in countries including India, Nepal, Brazil, Uganda, Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea, and Dimitra is now in advanced negotiations with 20 other countries and is actively pursuing deals in 75 different countries around the world. Dimitra is incorporated in Belize and now operates in all 75 of these countries. So that's one thing I specifically wanted to call out here, you guys. Dimitra and their business model really focuses on forming relationships with local governments, NGOs, and farming associations in these countries to really bring some of this technology and the benefits it provides to the farming community. Now, the platform itself offers a whole host of benefits to the local farmers. So you can see some of these include farm registration, the My Crops and My Livestock features, which we're going to look at, marketplace, My Documents, what they call a knowledge garden, so where farmers can actually go to learn best practices, My Reports, and a government service desk module. Now, on the more advanced side of things, they also include features or services like satellite imaging, advanced weather, drone imagery, so you can actually get drones or satellites to fly over your farm to take aerial photographs and monitor things like crop growth, drone crop spraying, financing, so banks, microfinancing, lending, insurance, sensor management modules, so you can actually leverage sensors to monitor crop growth and livestock, anti-cattle rustling modules, genetic services, animal welfare monitoring, export traceability and health certification, and anti-counterfeiting modules. So you can see a number of different services that can be extremely beneficial to farmers, especially those who maybe don't have the resources, funds, or scale to implement a lot of these practices on their own. And that's a perfect segue to this slide here, which really talks about the current problem that the team at Dimitra is trying to solve. So agricultural technology is often unaffordable for farmers. Those who need it most don't have access to this technology, and they can't in turn make data-driven decisions or have data-driven solutions on their farm. As a result, there's a real need for these smart agricultural solutions designed to enhance food security through sustainable agriculture, engage current and next generation farmers, and drive economic development by transforming subsistence farming into profitable, economically viable businesses. And that's really where the Dimitra solution or platform comes into play. So they're looking to educate the global farming community on agricultural and livestock best practices for a healthier world, simplify technology adoption to empower farmers to make data-driven decisions, which we talked about, more data, better education, increased yields, and product quality. So those are the intended outcomes of this platform, and then deliver data to developing nations to grow their agricultural markets and in turn help feed their populations. And if you look at this actually by the numbers, the market opportunity here, or the total addressable market, the TAM, which we talk about a lot in my videos, $5 trillion is the estimated global agri-food industry, the value of that combined on a global scale. They estimate approximately 570 million smallholder farms across the world, which represent about 3 billion people, and 100 million again is their targeted user base by 2025, with 18 million users already signed on and contracted by the end of 2021. So they're actually making great progress there. They're nearly at 20 million signed up users, again on a goal of 100 million by 2025. Now, before we get into the use cases or the investment opportunity behind the token itself, I wanted to take a look at 3 of the top use cases for the app itself. So 2 of these are already in development. The third one is pending or coming soon. So first is crop management here. Super interesting, you guys. So you can actually record your seed inputs, the chemical inputs, the outputs of your farm or the crops themselves. And some of the more advanced applications, you can actually see the use of sensors, drones, and satellite imagery to actually track, monitor, and improve the yield or the output of your actual crops. Now, the other one that's super exciting within the app, again, this is already up and running, is the livestock feature or the livestock management platform. Again, here you can use the app to track the entire value chain of your livestock, providing critical data to increase animal health, ensure food safety, and maximize production. They have DNA testing, Internet of Things sensors, drone solutions, actually using RFID or infrared tags to allow you to monitor your herd or your livestock, and satellite imagery, again, to help with things that regular people really wouldn't think about, like deforestation compliance, for example. Now, the third feature of the app is actually called aquaculture. This is coming early this year, so 2022, but this is actually looking to help farmers or people involved in the aquaculture industry or sector. So super excited about this, and just one example of the growth plans that the team at Dimitra has. So now that we've talked about the platform or the technology itself, I wanted to switch focus and talk about the Dimitra token or the investment opportunity with Dimitra. So DMTR is the exchange-based utility token created on the Ethereum blockchain, as mentioned at the start of today's video. And the thing to understand here, you guys, is there are so many different cryptocurrencies and tokens available now in the world, but you really need to look for projects that are solving a problem and have a practical use case. So in the case of Dimitra, these tokens are actually used by the farmers to purchase services on the platform. And in turn, the farmers can actually earn additional DMTR tokens through using the features or being active on the platform itself. So it really does have a nice ecosystem here. And as you can see, with more and more users or farmers being added to the platform, we saw those aggressive growth targets over the next couple of years. That's really going to add to the demand and the entire ecosystem for the Dimitra token itself. So as we've discussed at lengths in relation to other blockchain companies on the channel, transactions are always going to be verifiable and transparent through or via Etherscan and the Ethereum blockchain. So a nice way to think of this, the Dimitra platform itself is the operating system for ag tech, and the DMTR or Dimitra token is the catalyst that drives the ever-expanding Dimitra ecosystem. So as new services, new technology, and new farmers or users enter this ecosystem, that's what's really going to drive the demand for DMTR or the Dimitra token. And in turn, that will push the price of the tokens or the coins up, and that's the investment opportunity for outside investors. Now this slide here gives a nice little visual breakdown of what they call tokenomics. So you can see the distribution of the total token pool. So about 19% is actually the foundation and liquidity of the token itself. Only 1.3% so far has been sold to the public. 20% of the total tokens are taken by the team, partners, advisors, and founders. They have 17% of tokens set aside for staking and rewards. 10% for farmer rewards. So I just mentioned farmers can actually earn Dimitra tokens for using the platform. They've got 10% they've actually put into the ecosystem fund. So that's the ESG focus in action there. 10% for the Dimitra impact fund, and then 5% is set aside in reserve. So again, these numbers and percentages are going to ebb and flow as the ecosystem evolves, but this is a great snapshot to see where the current tokens are distributed. Now, speaking of that evolution or growth with the Dimitra token, these are some of the short-term to medium-term catalysts that are really going to drive adoption and potentially the appreciation in price of the tokens themselves. So 500,000 tokens have been given out in a combination loan and grant to developing nations as part of the Dimitra Impact Fund grant loan program. They've also got a leverage project investment plan. So they created leverage by partnering with 3 different financial institutions. They took 500,000 tokens and they were able to get a 4 times multiplier or 4 times leverage through these partnerships. They've increased the number of farmers or users on the platform, so they have 400,000 new users on the platform earning points or Dimitra tokens and consuming new digital services. Now, as more and more people or farmers are on this platform, they're going to want to use more and more of these services. So farmers' demand for digital support services is going to increase. In turn, farmers need to buy digital services through a combination of points and ecosystem grants. These grants and funding opportunities provide new digital businesses, and these ecosystem businesses mark up the price of their services within the token economy to grow that price of the tokens. So again, these are internal estimations from Dimitra, but looking out over the next 24 to 36 months, so 2 or 3 years, the project is going to be economically viable, loans are going to start being repaid in tokens, and you're ideally going to see the value of these tokens grow, which again is the investment opportunity for outside individuals that are not involved in the farming operations themselves. Now, some further Dimitra token accelerators. The token itself has been designed with incentives to drive consumption and price mechanisms to enhance the appreciation of token value. This model has been designed for the following stakeholders on the right here so that each of them play a role in accelerating the token. So you can see the Dimitra token in the middle of this ecosystem, things like university, banking, agri-service providers, staking, investor leverage, government contracts, the farmers themselves, and validators are really going to drive the adoption, consumption, and the price of this token over the next few years. And again, that's all orchestrated or coordinated through the Connected Farmer platform, which is the Dimitra app itself. Now, with that being said, the coin or the token itself can be purchased on a number of different exchanges. So those are listed here on the company website. Again, I'll leave a link in the video description below. Bitmart, Uniswap, Gatelabs, and KuCoin, just to name a few. You can see the price of the token right now is trading just below 25 cents. It's had a great run over the last couple of days. It's actually up 26% as of the time of filming this video. And in terms of their market cap rank, they're currently sitting in 1037th position. So this is definitely a very sizable token. You can see the market cap just shy of $13 million. Their 24-hour or daily volume is about 1.6 million. And the 24-hour range here, the high and low, is anywhere from about 19 to 28 cents. So there definitely is some movement, and we've really balanced out or leveled out kind of at the midpoint there. Again, right around 25 cents at the time of filming. Now, if you scroll down on this page, you can actually see the Dimitra portal. So if you click on this, you can actually register, log in, and make an account with Dimitra. And if you continue to scroll down, you can see some of the metrics around the token itself. So about 79% of tokens are staked, currently in circulation, 27.6 million tokens. And again, the various different exchanges where you can actually go to purchase Dimitra tokens if you're personally interested in this investment opportunity. So with that being said, you guys, that concludes today's presentation. As mentioned in the intro, I'm really trying to branch out, take advantage of some of these new and emerging investment opportunities. As the channel description implies, stocks, investments, and personal finance. So this would fall under the investment category. I think there's some really cool practical use case applications or tokens coming onto the market these days. And this is one that I can really see growing over the next couple of years. Again, because it's solving a real world problem. And there's tens of millions of farmers around the world that have a real need and use for this technology, this type of platform or ecosystem, and correspondingly, this token. So with that being said, I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts on Dimitra, the token itself, and if you're currently or thinking about purchasing this type of investment in the future. If you're still watching the video at this point in time, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you hit the like button on your way out. And that's really a great indication if you like this type of video and you want me to continue making this type of content. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.